Hey, I've gained 5 pounds. What's up? It's a Culture Detective here investigating your favorite movies, and today I'm going to be doing a quick movie roundup video where I go through all the movies, animes, and TV shows I watched in the last couple of weeks or so. So yeah, I am back at Hong Kong right now, and holy crap, there are a lot of movies I've watched. So starting off, at the end of September, I watched Back Home, which is a new horror film from Hong Kong. Look, I appreciate the effort to be experimental and to be very Hong Kong flavored, but I don't think the director has yet grasped how to express these themes better. And also on top of that, this movie is one gigantic Hereditary ripoff, so do better next time. 6 out of 10. Then I watched Hilltop House, which is officially the most obscure movie I've ever watched. It has only 4 views on Letterboxd, and one of the views is me, so 3 other views. I watched this movie in the cinema because my mom is invited to this documentary screening, and she brought me and my dad along. Essentially, it is a 1-hour-long documentary about a children's institution in Malaysia, and it's just okay. There's nothing special about this documentary. After the screening, we have a Q&A session with the director of the documentary, Angelica Lee, who's actually the actress who played the main character in the horror film The Eye. So that's pretty interesting, I guess. 6 out of 10. Following that, I watched Night of the Living Dead as part of the Horror-thon of October this year. And this is an indie American film in the 60s, which is really interesting. The main character is African American, which is rare for 60s films, and the shots feel much more grounded, the people don't speak in a transatlantic drawl accent, and it's a horror film that understands that people can go into shock when faced with death. Very refreshing. And this movie also criticizes mass media and corruption within 90 minutes. I feel like the ending could have been darker, if you know what I mean. Let's just say that. But overall, it's a really good horror film. I wasn't scared or anything at all, but it's good for what it is. 8 out of 10. Then I watched Porco Rosso by Miyazaki Hayao. Damn, this movie is way better than expected. It's heartfelt, moving, emotional, and thought-provoking. The movie expresses themes of war and survivors' guilt, and also the line, "better a pig than a fascist," really hit hard. You can really see Miyazaki's love of planes and aviation in this movie because of how much attention and care he puts into those flying scenes. The movie is so beautifully animated, it's so full of life. I love it. I'm tempted to give this a 9, but I'm giving it a strong 8 out of 10. Then I watched Talk to Me by Raka Raka, and it's solid, it's nothing fancy, it has great performances, and YouTubers making movies is a very interesting thing, I guess, so 7 out of 10. Then I finished watching The Bear, a TV show on FX. It's a really solid show that borders on slice of life, but at the same time extremely anxiety-inducing, like Uncut Gems. It provides a very great and interesting view into the kitchen lifestyle and the culinary industry. It has amazing performances. Jeremy Allen White as well as Ayo Edebiri. Oh my god, they freaking killed it. The editing is great as well, and it just has really real and believable characters that you care about. 8 out of 10. Next up, I watched Paris, Texas by Wim Wenders. It's very interesting to see how a European views America, especially you can tell in the movie title, Paris, Texas, a city in Europe, but a state in the US. And it is essentially a deconstruction of an American family drama, and it's also absolutely visually stunning thanks to DP Robbie Mueller. America is depicted as an empty, depressing wasteland, and I couldn't agree more with that statement. 9 out of 10. Afterwards, I watched 4 short films by Wes Anderson, the first of which is The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Damn, Wes Anderson never misses. I love the energy of the short film. The narration can throw people off sometimes, but I loved it myself. Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing, and the art style is literally peak. 9 out of 10. After that, it is The Swan, which is less impressive, more boring, could be better. 6 out of 10. Then we have The Ratcatcher, where one of the scenes is kind of like Wes Anderson directing a horror scene, so that's kind of freaking awesome. 7 out of 10. Then we have Poison, where Wes Anderson directs a suspense short film, which is really freaking cool. 8 out of 10. Then I finally finished watching The Nice Guys. I watched the first 60% of the movie like 3-4 months ago, but I finally got to finish it, and it's a fun time. It's a really funny movie, not much else. Ryan Gosling and who's the other guy? Russell Crowe. Great chemistry, and also, most importantly, Ryan Gosling is literally me. So that's right, 8 out of 10. Then I finally finished watching Jigokuraku, which is an anime from MAPPA Studios, and it's just not as great as it could have been. It's not that interesting as well. There are a lot of moments that's literally, I don't know, reminds me of Chainsaw Man, reminds me of Jujutsu Kaisen, reminds me of Demon Slayer. It's just a lot of cliches packed together. The characters are not that interesting. There's a lot of exposition, there's a lot of very convenient scenes, but I do like the premise. I do love the Buddhist and Taoist themes, and I think the art style is colorful, is vibrant, and I really like the score as well. 7 out of 10. Then I played the movie The Raid, the Indonesian film for my mom, and this time it's in the original Indonesian language, so that's really cool. And she thinks it's very violent and very exhausting to watch. I personally really enjoyed it, but at least my mom enjoyed this movie more than the Grand Budapest Hotel, so that's really funny. I'm giving this movie a 9 out of 10. We didn't finish it, but it's a 9 out of 10, trust me. Then, as part of the horror-thon of the year, I watched Onibaba by Kaneto Shindo, or Shindo Kaneto. And it is an atmospheric, eerie film that is not even horror until the last 20 minutes. And the movie has a really memorable ending if you can sit through all the slowness. But I love how the film discusses the scarring effects of war. 8 out of 10. And then I watched Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, like yesterday morning. And I finished it yesterday morning. It's a really well-made movie and all. It has cool action set pieces, but it just doesn't have the charm that made Mission Impossible movies so cool before. Aside from the airport scene, I really enjoyed that scene. Also, the villain is just not that scary or memorable. Some of the scenes involve a lot of exposition, not a fan of that. So overall, it's just not as great as some people say it is, unfortunately, even though it's still an enjoyable watch. I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10 as well. So yeah, overall, these are the movies, TV shows, and animes I watched in the last couple of weeks or so. I also watched G-Affairs last night, but I'm going to talk about that in the video next time. Comments below, let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.